yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now, today we have Lauryn Hill on Damage Control. We got 6ix9ine making moves, Akon on working with 6ix9ine. We got Lil Boosie banned, and did Nas take a clap at someone? Yo, give us a sec, we're gonna hit you with that, but first, now being that I'm not one to shy away from a discussion, we got a lot of kickback about me stating that I haven't heard of the song Slob on My Knob. Now, quick rant. Now, if you told me that you had a group coming out, right, and your artists are hot, and I asked you, yo, what's the name of your group? And you was like, yo, the name of my group is the 666 Gang. Well, I'm good on that, homie. You know, the group may be hot. The artists, lyrical titans. But, you know, I'm never gonna know, because, you know, I don't like the title. That's just me. Butthole Surfers, that's a rock band. I like rock, right? Hate the title. Never clicking. Now, you might be mad, right? I don't care. If you told me you had a song called Give Me Fellatio, that song ain't for me. I mean, it might be for you, but I ain't interested, right? Like, I don't like the title. The name of the song sounds like I'm being propositioned. When I see the song, I don't click. You could click. I'm cool with that. But if that's the name of your track, I'm not interested in whatever you got for me, because clearly you must have not wrote it for me. I'm not clicking on something that says give me head. You follow what I'm saying? That ain't for me. Now, I can see me clicking on WAP. Okay, I clicked on it already. But check out what I'm trying to say. If Slob on My Knob was pushed onto you, that's a different case. You were musically, auditorily violated. Now, first on deck is Lauryn Hill. Now, a few days ago, we reported that her daughter came through and criticized her mother's parenting methods, which confirms my theory that children are out to put their parents 6 feet under the dirt. Now, the child highlighted Lauryn's disciplining methods and her father's absenteeism. Now, just in case you didn't know, her father is Rohan Marley. Now, Hill and Marley had 5 children together before he promptly left and became engaged and married someone else. Now, I'm just telling you what's already out there, okay? Now, Lauryn has to do damage control because her daughter came out talking crazy. Because the spotlight that she was trying to stay out of, her daughter quite skillfully, masterfully dragged her into, okay? And stated on Instagram, now this is what Lauryn stated on Instagram. She said, doing damage control, Selah, that's her daughter's name, has every right to express herself. Now, this, I'm just going to preface this. This is kind of long, okay? So, Selah has every right to express herself. I'm going to try to cut it short. But she also got the discipline that black children get because we are held to a different standard. The discipline was seen through the lens of a young child who also had no place to reconcile me as mom and me as a larger-than-life public figure. I guess she tried to say that, she can't make the distinction. If I'm guilty of anything, it is disciplining in anger, not in disciplining. In other words, ain't nothing wrong with spanking your kids if you got to, okay? An entire operation trying to break an artist with the voice and knowledge of herself, way ahead of her time, you didn't have to say that, Lauryn, I could have said that for you, was in motion. I was affected. My family was affected. My children were affected. I discussed with Selah what it must have been like having a child while being hunted by Nazis, or what it was like, for children of runaway slaves. When I realized that the pressure on me was so hypocritical and unfair, I stepped away. I wasn't removed. I stepped away. It's painful, and people were not above using my children to keep exploiting us. Keeping a child sober-minded in the midst of everyone trying to seduce and bribe and coerce is an incredibly challenging thing to do. Sell a few million copies of a recording and see the wolves and sharks for yourself before you determine what's appropriate and what's not. The danger was real, and this danger I faced alone, unsupported as I should have been, and dumped on by the same people who only a few years before built a fortune off the same gifts they later tried to deny and then copy. Sounds like she's saying that folks tried to tell her she wasn't good at what she was doing, and then they tried to turn around and copy it. Selah, she continued on. Selah and I speak often, and she knows we're both working through our stuff. All of you in a rush to crucify someone. Careful who you string up or nail up. You might have an extremely limited view of actual reality. Okay? She also said, my children are strong-willed and powerful. Better I discipline them at home than have them shot down in the streets or locked up. Yo, facts on that. Yo, you're either disciplining your kids in the comfort of your own home, or they're gonna be disciplined out in the street, either by Debo or the cops or whoever else is out there waiting to sink their teeth into the next victim. Okay? Now, she finished up her statement by saying sometimes fame and money amplify not only problems, but can magnify the darkest and most cruel and selfish qualities in humans. Greed, jealousy, envy, covetousness, violence, fear. People see someone who they think is powerful or has something they want and scan for the highest or the slightest vulnerability to exploit. Raising children and attempting to preserve their youth while also preparing them for such complicated circumstances is nothing short of walking a tightrope. And you want to, close quote, and you want to go sleep around and risk having a bunch of these things? Yo, I mean, you gotta love them, right? Children. But they'll have you writing an 8-page letter on Instagram doing damage control for something that you didn't even plan to have come out. Tekashi 6ix9ine has left, the king of New York, has left the New York scene and found himself touching down in Los Angeles. He posted a caption stating, outside in Los Angeles, just living life in sandals. Close quote. Tekashi 6ix9ine has left the New York scene and found himself in this video. Take a look.
God bless you. We're praying for you and your family. All right?
Now, if you thought he was done, then you haven't been following along. He then went on to go and pay a visit to Nipsey Hussle's mural to pay his respect, stating the caption, quote, rest in peace, Nipsey. I know you looking down on me. I'm out here in the hood paying my respect, close quote. Along with this particular clip, take a look. Now, as we already know, the game has been taking a few claps at 6ix9ine, and with this latest move, the game commented by saying, disrespectful. Along with the rat emoji, he added, keep playing. Now, the artist Reason also came out and stated, quote, hey bro, it's a video already out. You was there for 60 seconds for this and got escorted by police back to the car. Troll all you want, but leave our legend out of it, bro. Close quote. Yo, I could not cover it. But then you'll be like, well, why didn't you tell us? I mean, we needed to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making sure I'm hitting you with it right now. Now, we did tell you that Akon worked with 6ix9ine. We told you this a couple of weeks ago. Now, he also has some words to say about the criticism connected to his working with 6ix9ine. Yo, take a listen.
What did you see that the general public doesn't see in 6ix9ine that allowed you to open up your arms and accept him and connect yourself to him with the record? You know, I've never had an opportunity to ask you. So talk a little bit about that.
I'm kind of glad that it opened up the conversation, because sometimes we always faulting each other, and it seems like we celebrate people's mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And we celebrate all the downfalls that people go through. And I think that's the one thing that we need to break as a people. So when you Black and Hispanic, we only fuel each other only when something's fucked up. And then people get behind that and just add more gasoline to it. But not everybody sits around and listens to both sides of the story and understands the mind of the person that's being attacked. And when it come to, Tekashi, it was like he has his story. The people that everybody felt that he snitched on, they have their story. And then, of course, there's the truth, right? But nobody never heard Tekashi's side. And if you ever been locked up and you understand what it's like to be behind bars, if you understand the environment of a prison system or a jail system, you would know that more than 80% of the people that's locked up in jail are all snitches. And if they ain't, they're definitely already cooperating with the feds or the police as you speak, right? So you don't realize that there's more snitches in jail than there are so-called real. You follow what I'm saying? But for why they did it or how they did it is really irrelevant once you're in that situation. The point is, how do you actually come out of it? And then who is he to be the star, the provider, the person that the whole world knows, and he's feeding all y'all, and none of y'all took the initiative to take that charge or to protect him from it? Like, all y'all ran for the hills, and you expect him to sit there and hold the bag after he's invested everything in y'all, and now you want him to invest his life too? Bro, come on, that shit ain't fair.
Lil Boosie has appeared to have been banned from Instagram at the time of his at the time of this writing. He has been banned from Instagram, and hopefully it's reinstated by now. Now, following the ban, Boosie had this to say. Take a listen.
They just took my Instagram. Mark Zuckerberg, I need to talk to you. Bosses need to talk to bosses. I don't know what I did, but I need my Instagram back. I don't even know what I did. But this is how I feed my family. Mark, do not do this to 2020. Do not take Boosie off Instagram. We need to talk, Mark. You need to take me to orientation or something, but you can't put me out of school. This is how I feed my family. We ain't making no show money, Mark Zuckerberg, none of the rappers. I need my Instagram back, man. Mark, I need my Instagram back. Mark Zuckerberg. I told everybody, call Mark Zuckerberg, add him right now. Tell him, call my assistant, we need to talk. I need my Instagram. I got people money I gotta post.
Now, some feel like the ban was connected to constant promotion of his OnlyFans page, which contains some very adult-esque photos of women violating Instagram's privacy guidelines. Now, if that's how he feeds his family, hopefully he could get back into Mark Zuckerberg's good graces. And finally, my number 2, Nas, after Rakim, of course, has released his hit single, Ultra Black. Now, even the title is hard. Hit Boy produced the track, and as you could have guessed it, it's heat. It's Nas. I mean, what do you expect, right? Now, his flow is ridiculous. Lyricality, impeccable. It's exactly what you would want from a Nas track. But get this, your boy, the icon, the legend, had a line like this. It went, quote, "We going ultra black, unapologetically black, the opposite of Doja Cat, Michael Blackson black," close quote. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. You're like, yo, well, what's the big deal about that? He just mentioned Doja Cat. Yo, Doja Cat was the one that was in the alt-right chat rooms talking about how she was not fond of her blackness, as far as I understand, okay? Which I'm sure she'll come back and try to big up her blackness now. But I'm saying, right, here's my advice, Doja, just in case you're listening, right? You were called out by a true hip-hop legend. Just act like you didn't hear it, okay? Trust me, Doja. Trust me on this one. Don't buck up, get all disrespectful or anything like that. Just keep it moving and make another hot track. I give her that. I like her musicality. Just be on it that the man knows you. Oh, and big up to Michael Blackson. Yo, he got the honor of being considered ultra black. Yo, respect. Yo, let us know what you think. Be sure to like. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.